Canada is hosting the World Cup next year. Not the World Cup in hockey, the World Cup in soccer. Can you believe it? In 2026, Canada is hosting the Soccer World Cup. I'm a Canadian, guys. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning the World Cup. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning it. Do you know that idiom? A snowball's chance in hell. Well, think about it. This is a snowball. Okay, a snowball is cold. It's ice, snow, right? Hell is a very warm place. Probably hot, right? So do you... Whoops, just dropped my snowball, guys. Do you think a snowball would survive in hell, or would it melt? It would melt, right? So a snowball has no chance, zero chance of surviving in hell. So the idiom means that something is impossible. It's just not going to happen. So if I say Canada has a snowball's chance in hell of winning the World Cup, that means there's no chance, right? Let's think of another example. You could say, my coworker has a snowball's chance in hell of getting the promotion. Okay, let's say your coworker applies to be the manager of the company. You could look at your coworker and say, there's not a snowball's chance in hell that you're gonna get that job. There isn't a snowball's chance in hell. Okay, let's think of another example, guys. You think of an example, okay? Think of something that is very unlikely to happen. It's just, you know, it's just impossible. You don't think it's gonna happen. Let me know and write it down in the comments, okay? Let's imagine, see this canal here? Okay, I don't know how thick this ice is, but imagine if, you know, if I tried to walk across it. If I tried to walk across to that side of the canal, you know, you could say, Mark, you've been eating a little bit too much these days. You're quite heavy. And there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that you're gonna make it across the canal without falling through the ice. Okay? Zero chance, right? So, imagine there's a little boat, just a small little boat on the ocean, and there's a big hurricane coming, a typhoon. Some people call a hurricane a typhoon or a cyclone, I think. You could say that little boat has a snowball's chance in hell of surviving the hurricane. Okay, so you can say this phrase, you can structure the sentence a few different ways, okay? Guys, take a look at this little berry. Just one little berry hanging on the end of this stick. This berry has a snowball chance in hell of surviving a hurricane. Look at that. Well, it didn't survive. I just picked it. Okay. Now, guys, this phrase, it's a bit confusing when you want to structure a sentence because you can actually use it in the positive sense or the negative sense, and they mean the same thing. Okay? So, like, sometimes people use it in a positive... Sometimes people use it like this, okay? Like, okay, let's use the example of me crossing the canal, okay? You could say, Mark, you have a snowball's chance in hell of crossing. Or some people would say, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of crossing. Well, which one is it? you have a snowball's chance or you don't have a snowball's chance. They mean the same thing. It's just a different way of saying it. Okay, because if you think about it, if you have a snowball's chance in hell, it means zero. There is no chance, right? A snowball's chance in hell means no chance. And not a snowball's chance in hell also means no chance. Okay, so it's a bit confusing. You could start by saying, you, Mark, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of crossing this without falling through the ice. Or you could say, Mark, you have a snowball's chance in hell of crossing it. Means the same thing. Or you could start by using the word there, okay? There isn't a snowball's chance in hell that you're crossing there without falling through the ice. Okay, so I'm trying to think now, what's the most common way I've heard this? I think all of the ways are common. You know, you could say something like, let's say you want to talk about economics, you want to talk about the economy of our country. You know, you could say, our country has a snowball's chance in hell of surviving the next depression, or the coming meltdown, or the coming recession. Okay, so let's say analysts, these financial analysts, are saying there's a recession coming to the economy, or a depression. Depression is worse than a recession. Okay, so they might say our country has a snowball's chance in hell of surviving. Okay, they might say it that way. Or they might say our country doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of surviving the coming financial collapse. So, yeah, you can choose, guys. Sometimes English is weird. Man, English is a weird language. Smash that like button if you think English is weird. You could say, Mark, there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that I'm smashing that like button. Or you could say, Mark, there's a snowball's chance in hell of me smashing that like button. So you can choose, guys, the positive way or the negative way, but they both mean negative. Two negatives make a positive, right? So guys, hope you're having a positive day today. As always, I love you so much. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying healthy and happy and safe. And together, we will weather the storm. To weather the storm means we'll make it through. So guys, thank you again. And as always, I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.